car.
Hell yeah.
But with the Cadillac, I had full insurance because I was like, if anything happens, I need to make sure that I'm not losing this investment.
Right.
With the Honda, I'm going to get the lowest amount. So my insurance went from like $1,400 a year to like $300 a year. So I'd already paid the premium for 6 months on the Cadillac, and there was like 2 or 3 months left that didn't get used, so they sent me the difference.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that was nice. I'm going on a date tomorrow with a lady.
A human lady.
Yeah.
You excited about it?
I'm
more nervous.
Well, yeah, I'm more nervous. I don't really. I hope.
Tell us about it. Is
well,
she?
I hope
is she like super pretty, or is she just okay looking?
She's very pretty.
Oh.
She's
good answer, by the way. I was trying to swerve you.
She's very attractive. She lives in Geneseo, and she works in I guess she travels a lot for work. But I know her home office is in Peoria, so I know she travels a lot. So
she's in espionage.
Yep. Yeah, she's a spy.
I knew it. Assassin.
It's weird. I feel like I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say because you ever you're gonna say something and you're like, God, that makes me sound like the hugest douchebag.
Oh yeah, no, I think that all the time. Yeah.
And now everybody who's listening is like, oh wow, Jake's a douchebag because he was gonna say something.
You fool! You admitted it.
Well, it's not it's I realize that what I was gonna say is nothing that is anybody's fault. It just makes me sound like an asshole. And it's not even a big deal, so I'm just not going to say it. You can DM me if you want to know what I was going to say, and I'll tell you.
DM me.
So I'm going on a date tomorrow in Port Byron.
Oh, shit.
At a place called Tuggers, which sounds like a biker bar or something. So I hope that I don't hope nobody steals my lady.
Or a gay handjob bar.
Do those exist?
They have to.
They have to, right? They have to. Probably Sweden or somewhere weird like that.
It's a bunch of gay dudes that had their mouths wired shut.
They're but our hands still work.
I had reconstructive surgery. I was in a horrible car accident, but my hands still work.
I've been drinking myself off for years. Enjoy yourself.
Right.
Kick off your shoes and your pants.
Take off your pants and jacket. No, so we've already offended the homosexual handjob community. I apologize.
Okay, so here's a joke that I thought of that I've messaged a few people. I should have messaged you honestly because I think you're a good kind of center,
a barometer.
Yeah. So have you ever heard somebody who's attractive, the kids are doing this. They say anybody who's attractive is a snack. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
So is an attractive gay man a fruit snack or?
Hey, that's solid.
Okay, so I thought it was solid, but I was
have you told Teddy that one?
No, I haven't. Should I?
Tell Teddy that one. Teddy would be a good barometer for gay.
Teddy's I'm going to beat the fuck out of you when I see you. Probably won't do that on stage.
Maybe I won't keep this joke going. But if you tell him, he's like, well, I feel fuck yes.
I feel like Teddy, nothing offends Teddy though. I feel like he is not a good barometer because I feel like he's gonna think it's funny. And
that's the thing. I've told him stuff before, and he's been like, "That's funny," but I wouldn't share that with the general public. Right? Okay, I respect his opinion especially when it comes to that stuff. So I'd say take it to him. He may be your Judge Judy and executioner.
Judge Judy. It's coming full circle.
Right. Bam.
Look on my Snapchat. I made a very funny Judge Judy joke earlier.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I laughed too hard at it. I went, yeah. That's too funny.
So I'm going on a date on Saturday. I'm actually going on a date on Sunday too with a different.
Oh, lady. You hussy.
I am a slut.
This is the dating world.
I don't know, man.
You're not an item. You're just going on a date. You're seeing how things roll.
Right. I've been talking to that lady for a few months. It's been a really kind of weird experience. Like it's been good overall, I think. Yeah. But like we went back and forth. Like I've rarely like argued with people like this early in a relationship. And we argued a lot. We also got along really well. Like despite that, you know. But like when we would fight, we were both, I think, like kind of sensitive and. You know, ultimately, like, so there were tons of times where we're like, oh, this isn't going to work, but then we just kept doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Earlier this week, she's like, look, I don't think it's going to work, and, like, we've kind of stuck to it. Like, we still, like, we'll text or whatever, but, like, it's pretty clear that, you know.
Yeah.
It's just not going to, and honestly, like, and I've talked about it on the podcast before, she lives too far away, even if, like, you know... It would just be really hard, even if we like were really, really into each other. I think we just realized that as much as we like each other, we just don't have that level of attraction to justify an hour and a half and all the other kind of stuff that
for sure
comes with it. So, you know, but like even when we were talking, I actually like playing these days when we were still kind of talking because it's like you said, like that's what dating is. You figure out. There's all these people that say, Jake, you're very attractive and I would like to date you. And you're like, I don't know which one.
I tell you that all the time.
You do tell me that, but you're married.
It doesn't make my opinion less valuable.
Yeah, but it makes your... Never mind. I was waiting for you to say it makes your dick less valuable. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you know
Jinx, you owe me a dick. Awkward stare.
Well, and this is the part of the podcast where we sign off. And,
and pop some Cavassier.
The one on Sunday, she's a model and she's 22, and I'm like, this is like such a bad idea, but she's also very attractive.
Why do you think it's a bad idea? Because
of her age. No, okay. Because of her age. I'm like super stoked to like just be seen like in public with the model, you know?
Right.
So like I'm cool with that.
See the water she's drinking? How about that? No,
I told her to splurge and get those chips.
Right. What's up?
But no, her like. So like 4 years ago, I dated this girl for a few months. We moved into together, and it was like a train wreck. It fucking was awful.
Yeah.
And right before then, my sister was like, "Don't date anybody under 25. It's just you're like at the age like you don't need to be dating." And so like, anytime an attractive woman seems interested in me, and she's young, I'm like, well, maybe we'll just try it this one time, you know?
Right.
Because she's right. Every time I've like I was dating the girl from Dubuque, and she's like 23 now.
Yeah.
So she was like 22 when we were kind of talking or whatever, and it was horrible. Like, I mean, I like her. She's a great girl, but like, just like the differences in maturity, you know, and like kind of what we're both looking for were just like too different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I worry what I worry about is this. Like, I don't worry about like just going on a date, but I worry like, what if she's really cool and I like her and I want to like do more, but you know, she's probably at an age where what we want out of life at this point are different, you know?
Right.
So I think like part of me is like, just don't do it. Like, just, you know, don't waste your time. But then I'm like, but have you seen her? You know?
Right.
So,
well,
this is what
and
goes
that's
on
the
in my
thing.
head.
You can't. I understand going into things with a hesitation because
right.
Oh shit, this hasn't worked in the past for me.
Right.
But you also have to go into it with the idea of not everybody that may have a couple of the same characteristics has the same story. You know?
Right.
Just because you've been on a date before with a 22-year-old model, that doesn't
Never
mean...
been on a date with a 22-year-old
right,
model.
but that doesn't mean that...
the next one is going to be...
The next 22-year-old model you date is going to be exactly the same.
Right.
not every 22-year-old is the same. Not every model is the same. Not every, person is the same. So I recommend going out and getting the experiences. If anything, your date with said 22-year-old model could very well shape how you interact with another female that isn't 22, that isn't a model.
Sure.
I'm just saying, I know what I do not like, and I don't like this age or this occupation.
Well, I think the other thing I always think about too is like, maybe this is in general like a bad age group for you to date,
Yeah.
But I've also dated like, women above 25 that were horrible, that like suck major dicks, and like not in a good way, and that's such a corny thing to say.
Well,
suck dicks, but not in a good way. Sorry, I'm sorry, podcast.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. At the end of the day, at the end of the night, if you get a blowjob from somebody, I'd like to think that's a successful.
It is always
a successful night,
even if it's not the best one you've got.
Right, but we're sending the wrong signals by saying, "Oh, I don't like this. This is bad. Whatever. This sucks dick." Like, you know what I mean? Like, this sucks dick. It's like, so you do want one of those? Like,
wait, what?
Right?
Do you know what that is? Because I feel like you wouldn't be saying that.
Right. Pizza is delicious, but I feel like if we start referring to all the worst shit as this is kind of like pizza, it's like, so you don't like pizza? Or like you're giving me mixed signals.
Right.
Yeah. I that's how I feel anyway. I used to be of the camp, oh, this sucks balls for quarters. This sucks a bag of dicks. Whatever. I've tried to steer away from that though, in the sense like I feel like I'm sending the wrong signal. I don't want anyway, especially my wife, to think that I'm against this sort of thing.
Right.
Like, no, if they had a different colored ribbon for that, I would wear it everywhere.
Do you say sucks balls? Is that the example you were using?
I used to say this sucks balls, like a lot.
So I've always been into like different stuff in the bed until just hear me out.
Just the wording in the bed. Okay, go ahead.
In a bed with a lady, I've just like pretty much let whatever happen. But I never had my balls sucked until my last girlfriend. And
what?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Nobody had ever done it. It wasn't like I was like I told them no.
Yeah.
It just had never happened.
Yeah.
And,
no. As far as
I was like, oh shit, what have I been missing out on?
Yeah. No. And
this is great.
Everybody has their playlist of what should be played at like a prom dance or a wedding reception, whatever. That's the chicken dance, my friend. That's on everybody's list, or that should be. Anytime I've ever heard like a dude talk about his bedroom activities and say, "Just don't touch my balls," I immediately think that they make like lampshades out of rodent skin. Like, oh, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
Like,
no, I
don't touch my balls. Okay, freak.
My thing is like, don't touch my nipples too. I don't know why my nipples are really sensitive and generally like it hurts. Women like just go too hard on the nips. Don't like.
Yeah.
Like you can hang out there and just like be gentle. But dude, like she just started doing that and I was like, oh, this is what this is like.
Going down the rabbit hole. Yeah. No, that's.
So I guess my point is that suck balls and suck dick are bad.
Exactly.
Bad phrases for something that's not good because they're both very good.
Yeah. No, you can't. No, that's. if you want those sorts of things to happen in your life, you can't refer to every bad thing that happens as those great, amazing, wonderful things you want to experience. You can't.
You can't do it.
Like, it's like, oh, that's like baby's laughter. Are you saying that you hate baby's laughter, or you're saying
who hates baby's laughter?
What's that? Exactly. Nobody.